What's up, guys? I'd like to quickly announce a new video series I made called Sandbag Basics. It's a complete beginner's guide to sandbag lifting, and it covers everything from choosing a sandbag and filling it up to performing the basic exercises. Check out the link in the description if you're interested. It's free, by the way. And with that, let's get to it. Now it's time to talk about squats. This is one of those exercises that every time you do it, you think it's going to be okay. And then you go to do it, and it's just 10 times more difficult than you expect it to be. I don't know what it is about the basic sandbag squat, but it always sneaks up on you. So show a brief demonstration, then talk a little bit about the form. So vertical position, get up here. You're gonna want to grab the sandbag down low so you can bring it high up on your chest. Like that. Take a wide stance so the bag has room to travel between your legs. Deep breath, go down. You can rest here if you want. Do like a pause squat, or you can do it straight through. Like that. Pretty much it. With these, it's best if you go to somewhere around parallel. Again, parallel being the point when your thighs are just about parallel to the ground. It's very hard to get all the way ass to grass with this, because you have to take that wide stance in order for the bag to travel between your legs. So get here, some people might be able to, but I found getting to about parallel works very well. Think about squeezing the bag into the chest, getting that high chest position. If you hold it too low, it's gonna run into your legs too much. So hold it up high, squeeze it to your chest. When you get to the bottom, all you wanna think about, driving the chest up and just pushing the ground away with your feet. Just a basic squat, but as you can tell, I'm winded from like 2 reps. So like I said, it's way harder than it seems like it'll be. Nice, good high position, wide stance, squatting down. Yeah, nice. Yeah, those looked good. One thing you'll notice is that sandbag squats almost force you to do a type of squat morning. If you've seen people who do the barbell back squat, particularly those with a low bar position, they might come down and then hips rise first, and then they kind of good morning it, the squat morning, rather than straight up and down like this. It's more hips and then back. The sandbag tries to pull you forward. That's all right. You could make it more quad dominant by trying to stay upright. I don't think it's necessary. With sandbags, one of those training tools where thinking about muscle isolation, I don't think it's really necessary. You can say, okay, today I'm going to do my squats and I'm going to try to stay as upright as I can because I want to bias the quads. I don't think it's necessary to view sandbags like that. I think performance should always be number one. It's not inherently bad to raise your hips a bit at the start and use some more lower back. If that lets you lift the most amount of weight, just work with it, There's no wrong way to lift it unless you're, contorting your back or doing all these things that you wouldn't do anyway. So getting here, in position, got the sandbag going like this. That's all right, but this, see that kind of, that hip shift, it doesn't matter, It's not better or worse either way. In fact, because most sandbag exercises are so hip dominant, you might just want to lean into that. And so that's something you might want to play with a little bit. It's a pretty basic exercise. I like to program these for sets of like 5 to 20. You get to rep 10 and you're just dying. It's almost as much an endurance exercise as it is a strength one, but it pays off a lot if you spend some time with it. It will make you a lot stronger. One thing that I've noticed is it teaches you to involve your legs more when lifting a sandbag. Like I've said so many times, because sandbags are so focused on the back side of the body, it can be easy to forget about your quads and about leg drive. So practicing something that does get your legs more involved, like a basic squat, it will carry over. And you may find that one day, like I mentioned in a previous video, where suddenly you're able to access the power you have in your legs, and you jump like 20 pounds in sandbag weight. On to the next squat variation. We talked about the freestanding squat. Very challenging. You have to keep that thing held against your body, squeezing it at all times. You can never let up. You're always forced to contract. There's no resting within a freestanding squat. It's all tension, all the way through, nonstop. That's why it gets your heart rate up so fast. That's why it's so hard. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily better for leg development or for power development. It just means it's a harder exercise. It's great for conditioning. But next we have the box squat. This, in my opinion, is in many ways a hybrid between the freestanding squat and doing the basic lift from the lap to the chest. It sort of works both. It's like the lift from the lap to the chest, but with a bit extra range of motion. So with the box squat, here we have a 12-inch plyo box. You want to get, so at the bottom, your legs are just about parallel. Your thighs are parallel to the ground. 12 inches is pretty good for most people. It can vary. Some people might need a 20-inch box to get to parallel. Some people might need an 8-inch box. As long as you get close, that's where you're going to want to be. So when doing the box squat, there are a few things to keep in mind. So got the sandbag, sit down. Now from here, this is a place of rest. You could sit here all day if you wanted to. When you're on the box, I don't believe there's any reason to try to be strict about it. So when you have the sandbag here, you could try to stay strict, then stand up like this. That's fine. I've had much more success myself using a bit of momentum. So you got the thing here, do a bit of rocking, and then throw yourself off the box. Rather than being a cheat, here, I'll show you to the side too. So rather than like this, straight up like that, I say rock back a bit and then throw yourself up with some extra force. What that does is, if you stay strict about it, it's almost all legs, right? Your legs are going to wear out before the rest of you. Your upper body isn't going to get as much of a challenge because it's just so much harder on the legs to do that straight, no momentum squat. If you use momentum, it allows the back and the legs to fatigue at an even pace. And so it turns it into more of a full body exercise. And in my experience, it transfers more to everything else. Having stronger legs, that's going to benefit everything. But why wouldn't you get stronger legs and a stronger back at the same time? Got the sandbag on your lap. Get your grip on it. Try to grip somewhere around halfway to 3/4 of the way up. The reason for that is as you go through the set, the sand is going to shift on you. And if you grab too high up from the start, all of the sand is going to be packed below your arms. It's going to make it very difficult to hold on to it. So if you start halfway to 3/4, then as you squeeze, there's going to be this layer of sand that almost drapes over your arms, makes the grip easier. So you're here, take your stance width as wide as you want. I like to mix it up, do more narrow, sometimes wide. If I'm doing a really long set, I'll kind of switch between as I go through the set. But all you have to do, deep breath, lean back, propel yourself up, just like that, and squat back down. On the way down, I found it's very helpful if you let the sandbag rest on the thighs before you make it all the way back to the box. So you're standing here. Now it's right about here. The sandbag's I can let go of it. Again, that is gonna make it so that your back and your legs fatigue at an even pace. Trying to hold it between your legs and squat all the way down the whole way, the legs are gonna wear out too fast. So, show you from a side angle. Right here, in position. There we go. Deep breath, move back, propel yourself up. Always make sure to flex your glutes at the top. Get full extension. You want to make sure you're standing all the way up. Pause for a second. Control the weight. I like to breathe out, take a deep breath again, and then go back down. And that's it. That's the basic vertical version. All right. What do you think? You ready?
Give it a shot.
More squats.
More squats.
Yeah. That looks good. I think you could use more momentum out of the bottom even.
Right.
Like lean back as if you're almost going to fall backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. Full extension of the hips, bringing the sandbag all the way up. Yeah, that was perfect. It's one of the things I like so much about this exercise is how basic it is. You could take anyone who's never lifted a sandbag. They might have trouble holding with the bear hug grip because that's a new stimulus often, but it's sitting on something and standing up. That's a basic human function. It's very easy, which is why I like it as one of those exercises for a last exercise of the day for like an AMRAP set where you do as many reps as you can, just as one final burnout. It's just brute force. You just keep pushing, and that's what I like about it. So that's the vertical position. You can also do it from a horizontal position, which is changes it a decent amount. So get here, got the sandbag here, sitting on the box. Now wrap my arms around the outsides, just like that. Now, it's almost going to be like a kind of high pull. It's not really a high pull because your arms are out to the side, but you're going to want to think of extending the bag at the top, like a basic extension. So, if you really want to get that power, you can even, on your way back, you let your feet leave the ground and then just throw yourself forward. That gives you almost stomp the ground as you do it. Do a quick side view.
I assume if you wanted to incorporate a high pull in this position, you actually could with your hands.
Yeah, you can do that too. That's something I experimented with, doing a high pull. I think it's going to be tough with this bag, but you get around and then you're going to want to think about, it's basically just the high pull with a bit of extra squat at the bottom. And as I almost fall forward doing it, but you can get...
But that just shows the amount of power that you're using as you're
Yeah.
coming up from that down position.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you can get that down, I think you could generate even more power than you could with a basic high pull, which makes it very useful exercise. Nice. Your lift from the ground is looking really good.
Remember those cues.
Yeah, if you can, try to wrap your arms as far as you can. Always wrap your body around it, squeeze as tight as you can. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. There it is. And as you can see with these, just like with the standard squats, I don't think there's anything wrong with using a bit of lower back. Like as you fatigued a bit, it's I think you probably have a pretty strong back in relation to your legs, at least from watching you. That's the same for me too. So I noticed as you were going, first it was like, basically straight up, and eventually it turned into more like this and then shifting. When you're going for a all-out set of max reps, as I like to program this, there's no reason not to let your body do what it wants. It's not unsafe to do a good morning, and that's essentially what that is. You start out, you keep that more upright torso angle as you fatigue. Just let your body do what it wants. As long as you're not excessively rounding your lower back and having all this shifting happening as you're moving through the exercise, you don't want to be like this and you're going and it's like this and you're like, oh, don't do that. But if you're lifting and you have that strength in your back, your body naturally does it because that strength's there. If it's going to let you get those extra 5 reps, just do it. It's only going to pay off in the long run. So Sandbag Box Squats, definitely a fan myself. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks to Travis for driving out to lift sandbags with me. Before ending the video, many of you have been asking me to create a detailed training program, something that goes beyond a basic YouTube video or a book, so I finally did. It took a while, but I'm proud to officially announce Sandbag Hypertrophy, the complete training system. It's a 10-week video program based on Sandbag Hypertrophy. It includes videos like the one you saw today for each of the sandbag exercises in the program, as well as a lot of other stuff too. Just being honest with you up front, if you already have the Sandbag Hypertrophy book, you probably don't need the complete training system. In many ways, it's just the book in video form with some extra stuff added. That said, if you do want something more detailed, the video series does cover a lot. Choosing a sandbag, the sandbag exercises, mindset, calisthenics, weekly check-in videos to keep you motivated, and much more. I'm currently running an early access sale to celebrate the program's release, so if you're ready to get strong like a strong man and yoked like a wrestler, check out the link in the description. And one final thing, I also finally created a Stone Circle community. It's free to join and everyone is welcome. I'm always helping people with form checks and programming stuff and private messages, so I figured why not create a space to do that where everyone can benefit. If you have any questions on exercise technique or just want to hang out and talk about sandbags, calisthenics, or whatever else, I hope to see you there. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.